Welcome back. Tonight there's an all-new holiday film premiering on VH1. It's called Let's Get Married, and it's different from traditional holiday films as it's not very family friendly. So if you're looking for something fun, festive, and a little different than what you're used to, you're gonna wanna make sure you tune in. I spoke to the star of that, Mishel Prada, recently. She was in Budapest when we talked about this exciting movie. Here's more.
Today, I am speaking with star of the film, Mishel Prada, all about this holiday of fun. So, Mishel, tell me more about this film.
Well, it takes place the majority of the film takes place at this kind of Christmas wonderland called Santa's Hamlet, and it revolves around essentially a group of girlfriends that affectionately call themselves the Coven. And what I loved about this film is that it really wasn't just focused on a romantic relationship, but it focused on the important relationships that our female friendships play in our growth. And we meet each of these women at a different stage of their life, which I feel like happens in your late 20s to early 30s. You know, you're either having a baby and buying a house, or somehow you're wake up drunk in a gutter or something. So you have each of these girls maturing at different places, and somehow in that crazy moment, the character I play, Zoe, finds romance.
Which is quite surprising, because at the beginning of the film, Zoe is quite down on her luck. What can you tell me about how her character develops? Of course, without, giving too much away, but she's really having a hard time at the beginning.
She is having a hard time. And what I love is that I think, if we're being straight honest, it's been a very bizarre year, pushing 2 years for a lot of us in the world. So I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate with that feeling of not being able to get it together, not being able to even find joy and happiness. And somehow I think we look at the Grinch or the Scrooge archetypes as just these negative Nancys coming through, but life happens, right? That leads you into that place. And the evolution of what we see with Zoe is eventually she says something that maybe, I'm going to hopefully not horribly misquote it, but maybe the true value of love is feeling like you deserve it. And I think she finally reaches that place after a very, very hard year and a bunch of really good girlfriends that have very patiently put up with a lot of her toxic traits.
How is this film, Let's Get Married, similar to kind of the more traditional heartwarming films, and how is it different?
Well, I would say it's not quite family friendly, which I very much enjoy. Not that I don't love kids, but I think that a lot of people that have that maybe the holiday season isn't always about wrapping presents under the tree and pretending to dress up like Santa Claus for their children will relate to sometimes just the party atmosphere of it, the letting your hair loose at the end of the year. So I think that is a big part of what is different about it.
But it is full of holiday cheer, though. At its root, there's so much holiday fun and festivity.
Well, even Bad Santa is a little bit hard. It's a little more Bad Santa than a Christmas Tale. So yes. I mean, in the end, I think a big part of what you find is that holiday spirit, but it's a little different for everybody.
And I know you've mentioned this, but one thing that I really loved about the film were the friendships. These friends, they're so patient, and just being able to watch that and how much they support and love one another, and during kind of these hard but exciting times, it was really fun to see.
Yeah, I think that I can speak for myself. I think my female relationships have taught me more about being a woman than even a lot of my romantic relationships have. And I love that this leans into it. It also leans into all the fun holiday rom-com tropes, stuff that doesn't quite make sense, but you just forgive it because it makes sense in this like suspended reality. So it's really, really, really fun to kind of get to play on those ideas and even poke fun on them.
And do you have a favorite scene that you really are excited for others to see?
Ooh. Well, there's one scene, but I feel like it'll give away a little too much. So I'm going to go for the second scene, which is I really enjoyed. There's this ice skating scene that's really, really cute between Zoe and Finn, Finn being played by Taj Mari, the adorable Taj Mari. And what I loved about that scene is that it's ice skating. And I had no idea that they had these like fake ice pads that you went on so that you could pretend to skate on them. And I had no idea that that even existed. So I had way too much fun just kind of learning how to skate on like, they're almost like little puzzle pieces that go into the ground and you can't tell that that's what it is. So movie magic.
Oh, fun. Well, I can't wait to see that. And what's your favorite thing? You mentioned you're in Budapest, but for you personally with the holidays, what's your best part, your favorite tradition?
Ooh, what is my favorite? I love the Christmas lights. I love that there's this ritual of putting lights everywhere. And out here in Budapest, I have never seen a city just come to life in the way that it has. I was here in October, and then the moment it hit December, it was on. I mean, they don't mess around here. So, and I'm partial to a little bit of hot chocolate and mulled wine. It's the first time I've ever had it as a here.
Oh, it just sounds so beautiful and magical. And this film, really excited to have everyone see it. Let's Get Married premieres Monday, December 13th. Thank you so much, Mishel Prada, for joining us today. It's been really fun talking with you today and just really excited to see and talk more about this holiday movie.
Thanks. It was so great to talk to you, and happy holidays.